All right, welcome everyone back to the Let's Go show with Hastings 5 Points Bank assistant coach Jordan Clancy. We are going to take you through what was last week in Hastings American Legion baseball and what's coming up this week in Hastings American Legion. How are we doing today, Coach?
Doing awesome. There was some rain this morning, so it's awesome that Hastings provides a nice facility for our boys to work in. So we got some facility work. It's day 2 practice of this week coming up for our big area tournament starting on Friday. And boys been working hard, been keeping it competitive, keeping it fun. So it's been going good.
Nice. Did you guys practice? You didn't practice Monday, you took Monday off, and then you came to work yesterday and today?
That's right. Yes, sir. Yep. On Monday, we took off, gave him a little break. Coach Mark Gort gave him a little break. It was a great job. Got back after on Tuesday, so yesterday, and then also today, and doing some things with some bunting, with some throwing, with some hitting, really coaching them up and really getting prepped. We'll be ready.
All right. I don't have any doubt in that. We'll talk about that more as we get in here, but it's area week. It's area week for Johnson Imperial Homes and 5 Points Bank. 5 Points Bank will be over in Kearney. They're the 2 seed, and Johnson Imperial Homes is traveling out to Scottsbluff and will be the number 1 seed. Like I said, we'll talk about that here in a little bit as we go through the show. Let's talk about this week. Where did we leave off last week? We left off with the All-Star game, I think, right?
Yes, we did. We had 3 in it. They did awesome. Gabe Conant, Braden Mackey, Cameron Montague. And so we end up, the next game would have been Lexington.
Okay.
And even though it's one of those things where it's at the end of the year and it's Lexington, got to respect the opponent. And we end up winning that game 15-3. It was in Lexington. It was actually our final game for area seedings. As you said, Coach, we ended up getting the 2nd seed, and that game will start on Friday, and that's Kearney's hosting. We're the number 2 seed. We'll be playing North Platte. If you guys have been listening to our podcast, or just been checking out the newspaper, just checking out our games, we've split with North Platte this year. It is going to be a very competitive game. We're going to be ready. Our kids are going to be ready. And even though you got the seedings, it's 0-0, as you know, Coach, with the rankings, with the seedings. So it's like, hey, it's bracket play. It's a double elimination bracket play. Run it. We got to go. And it's going to be very competitive. And we got 3 days of practice this week, game on Friday, and our kids will be ready to go.
Yeah, we got, that North Platte Hastings game. Hastings won the first game against the 2 teams at home at Duncan Field. And then about a week or 2 later, traveled out to North Platte and lost out there. So, the rubber match for now, because you could see them again in the area tournament. You never know how many times you might see them in the area tournament. But right now, the rubber match is going to be held over in Kearney on Friday night.
Yes. And they're a very good team. Our kids, they're a very rowdy group. North Platte, and they're a very talented group, and their coach does a good job with them, and their fans, they're a very rowdy group, but they care about baseball. And the kids care about baseball, and they're a very talented group. We're gonna have to play very good to beat them, and I know that we can do that.
Yeah, a person we should have brought on this week, and I don't know how much you know him, but we should have brought on Andy Butler, former Hastings Legion player, Hastings High grad Andy Butler, who was actually called into service last year to coach North Platte senior team last year. He was just 1 year. They had some things going on, and he filled in for him 1 year to coach. He's teaching at North Platte Senior High. I should have thought about bringing him on. He'd love to talk. He has his own little podcast. I think he has.
It'd be interesting to say, hey, Coach Butler, would it be all right if you gave us a little scouting report on those nationals for North Platte?
Yep. We should have had him on. He might even be watching this. I've seen him on the Twitter every so often.
Awesome.
That North Platte. I mean, it's just going to be a very competitive area tournament with Kearney being the number 1 seed. Hastings is the number 2, North Platte's number 3. Really, those 3 seeds could have went any way. You could have had any team be one of those top 3 seeds.
And we split with them. I'd have to check to see what Kearney did, but they got the number 1 seed. So I'm assuming I'm assuming they either went 2-0 versus North Platte or they split and they won the second game. Because maybe some might not know, I guess they go by the second game. So even though we split with both teams, we split with Kearney and we split with North Platte, we're 1-1 versus both of them. They go by the second game on who gets the higher seed if there is a tie. So it's interesting. We play Kearney there on the second game, and they end up beating us on that game. But it's going to be fun, and it's bracket play. Our first game will be on, I believe, 7:30 Friday in Kearney at Memorial Field there. It's going to be fun. It's turf. It's awesome that our kids get to play on turf. It's just great for them. We play on turf at home, so we're used to that kind of faster play, straighter hops. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and I don't have the records in front of me, but I do know Hastings and Kearney ended up tying for that top spot in the area. But like you said, since they won that second game, they had the tiebreaker on us, and because North Platte did end up beating Kearney in their last regular season game, so that put Kearney in tie. I think we still had a game. Us and Kearney both still had a game advantage, maybe on North Platte, but I'm not sure on that. But since the meetings worked out like they did, I'm assuming we did.
Really good teams there.
Yep, and you talked about it, and I actually don't have this one written down. You guys went over to Lexington for a single game on Wednesday. And won 15-3.
Yes. Trayton Newman was on the mound, pitched great.
I'm trying to bring that up here a little bit. Trayton Newman was the winning pitcher. Luke Brooks had a good day at the plate. He had two doubles. He was 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and an RBI. And Camber Montague following up his all-star game.
Oh, that's right.
Was 4 for 4 with 6 RBIs.
Yeah, and he's a catcher, guys. 6 RBIs there.
Yep.
That's going to be tough to beat if you'd have a record board, by the way.
Yep, and that's awesome. An area team. Lexington and Scottsbluff will play in the 4-5 matchup before us on Friday, with the winner of that playing Kearney on Saturday.
Awesome.
Nice thing, I guess it's a nice thing. It could be if you win. If Hastings ends up winning against North Platte, or whoever wins that North Platte Hastings game, we'll have a day off on Saturday.
Yes.
Wait for that Kearney game against either Scottsbluff or North Platte.
Yeah.
Then we had always one of the more fun weekends of the year. We had the Johnny Hop tournament.
That was fun.
Yep, it's the Hastings Kearney tournament, but over here in Hastings, we like to honor Johnny Hop, who was on the first American Legion team here in Hastings.
Very cool.
On to play in the major leagues, was an all-star, played in a couple World Series. He was on the Yankees, the Cardinals, and the Braves, I believe. I should have had that stuff in front of me.
That's big time. That's awesome.
Yep. I actually
I'd like to see some highlights.
I don't think they had highlights back when he played. Because he would have been on like the 1931 Hastings American Legion team, the 32, whatever the first year was.
Very cool.
I did get a nice special treat thanks to one of our committee members, Becky Kevitensky, who works at the Hastings Museum. She was telling me how the Hop family had donated some, of Johnny's stuff to the museum. And so I was just joking. I was just like, hey, any way you can get me in there so I can take a look at some of that stuff?
Yeah.
And
was that some of the stuff on the Twitter?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw that.
I went in there and I got a special presentation of them. They don't have them out for display yet. I think they had them out before when they had a baseball display, but they're trying to figure out how to work it in. But I got to see a couple gloves he had, a bat, and his shoes. And my gosh, the kids complain about stuff they have today. I can't even imagine that stuff they used to wear back in the day.
Yeah, they were tough, man.
And two of the more, really cool things I saw was they actually have a team ball signed. One of them that has Joe DiMaggio's autograph on it.
Ooh.
Yeah, and you think that's big. There was another one with Babe Ruth's autograph on it.
Oh man, let's go. Now where's this at?
It's at the museum. It's at the museum. They, like I said, they don't have a display up for public for the public yet, but they're working on it, and they're just trying to figure out how to place it into their stuff they have at the museum, you know.
Man, that'd be nice for them to showcase that.
Yeah. They're going to let me know when they do, but, you know, I had gloves on, of course, but, you know, holding a ball.
You did plastic? Were they plastic?
The latex gloves, you know, my fingerprints on it, but I got to hold a ball that Babe Ruth once held. It was pretty cool. Yep.
So Johnny Hop could play.
He could play.
Man.
Yep. And just another quick history lesson.
Wow, that's cool.
You know, Tom Osborne's probably the most recognizable name or athlete coming out of Hastings.
Names on the football field at Memorial Stadium in Lincoln, Nebraska.
But truthfully, and I bet Tom, if we got old Dr. Tom on the show, maybe I should try to see if we can get him on the show. Former Hastings American Legion player. I bet
asking for a donation.
I bet he would say Johnny Hop's the best athlete to come out of Hastings, personally, on him. And the Hop family, he had a couple brothers who played football at Nebraska also.
Yeah.
You know, someday I'll have to give you the history lesson on the Hop family and Hastings, Nebraska. Yeah, they're
very cool.
They're the first family of Hastings athletics, you know. Here.
And Coach Tom Osborne, he would have been about, just getting born roughly when Johnny Hop was playing.
Yep.
Because Coach Osborne is around mid-50s, correct?
Yep.
In Hastings?
55, I think he graduated from Hastings High. He was on the 54 state basketball championship team and on the 53 Legion state championship team.
So he would have been in high school around roughly when Johnny Hop was playing in the majors.
Yep.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's just a quick little history lesson. I hope we didn't lose any viewers with that, but we'll, but again, we hosted the Johnny Hop tournament. Our first game was against Gretna on
very good team.
Friday night.
It's a very good team. They've really jumped on the scene. Their juniors also won the Cornhusker League East. So they got a good program there.
Yep.
Gretna baseball.
Yep. It was a low-scoring game. It was sort of a pitcher's duel. Hastings ends up winning 3-2. Braden Mackey did a great job on the mound.
That dude's solid. Northwestern commit. Braden Mackey's solid. He's a great kid, great character kid now.
Yep, and he's such a competitor. You know, he just goes out there.
I love it.
I know he went 6 1/3 innings, gave up 4 hits. One of the 2 runs was earned. He had 5 strikeouts, only walked 1. I know he was a little bummed to not be able to finish that game, but again, he's a competitor. He wants to finish that. But Marcus Miller came in for the final 2 outs and got those to get the save. So Hastings wins 3-2.
And I don't want to give too much out, but Braden's got a plethora of multiple pitches.
Yep.
Braden Mackey.
Yeah.
So when you start going through second time through the lineup, you might not have seen a pitch yet that he still has. And then third time through the lineup. And then Marcus comes in and closes. He's solid. The mill.
Marcus, little change of pace. Little change of pace with Marcus.
Oh, yeah. You.
And that was a late game on Saturday or on Friday night. Come back and play Saturday morning. Beat Lincoln East 10-2. Creighton Jacobitz, solid on the mound, picked up the win. 5 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, only 1 walk, struck out 4. The lefty just does a really good job on the mound.
The Bitsy, he's only going to be a junior.
Yep.
So he's just going to keep on getting better. I'm assuming he'll get maybe 1, maybe 2 more pitches. He'll keep on working on the velo and the location. And he's a great kid, great family, Jacobitz's.
I was just trying to watch the game from a couple different spots. And so I went out there and actually sat in the bullpen for the game on Sunday.
Absolutely.
And he comes running out there, and I really haven't spent a lot of time with him. And man, he's a good time. He's a good time.
Yeah,
he's a good time out there. He He wanted to be the bullpen catcher, but they wouldn't let him. But he was a good time out there, being sort of the assistant coach out there to let you guys know when Miller was ready to go in.
He tipped the hat. Yeah, and then sometimes he tries to go down to the bullpen action without a mask.
Yeah.
We've heard about that. I've heard about that from an ump already. So we let him know. So he's getting there.
In that Lincoln East game, Gabe Conant had a double. Braden Calvage was 2 for 3 with a triple and 2 RBIs.
Nice to have him back, Braden Calvage.
It is.
He's huge. He's huge to have. He's only been back around 4 weeks.
Well, and even I would say hitting the ball, being in the lineup, it's probably only been about 2 weeks now, maybe 2.5,
Yes. Exactly.
Luke Brooks was 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs, and McCray Heiser was 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs in that Lincoln East win 10-2 on Saturday morning.
Good job, boys.
And then, you have a couple games off, and you have to come back and play the Cornhusker League champs on Saturday night.
Gets to be a longer day.
Yep. Fell to Lincoln North Star. Lincoln North Star won 7-4. Braden Calvage, 2 double, 2 for 2. 2 doubles. Justin Musgrave was 1 for 3 and 2 RBIs. But really, that 7-4, it was probably a little closer than that score says.
That game, Lincoln North Star, man, they're very solid. They keep the pressure on you on the pitching. Pitching's not big time elite. Like, they didn't have a guy throwing 85 or 90. But they take care of business by throwing strikes, trying to keep you off balance. They have a great defense behind, making routine plays.
Yep.
And then it goes to the offensive side. Lincoln North Star can really hit the ball.
Yep.
They can really hit the ball. If you have a guy throwing 75 to 82, and if he's missing spots, Lincoln North Star can really hit. They won the Cornhusker League East. And they end up winning that game, the Cornhusker League, straight up. So they're a good team. North Star is a very good team, so I've been very impressed with them. But we're right there, like you're saying, Coach. 7-4. I mean, you get bases loaded, the winning runs batting.
Yep.
So,
and Luke Brooks was on the mound, pitched 4 2/3 inning. Really didn't do a horrible job. We unfortunately had 5 errors, so three of the runs, actually 4 of the 7 runs were unearned.
The errors aren't going to get it done.
Yep. And you just can't do that against – we had 5 errors. You just can't do that against a team like Lincoln North Star.
Right. I say an error's a run, typically. Yep. So if you have 2 errors, you're going to give them 2 unearned runs, typically. Close.
Yep. It was a good bounce back, though, on Sunday in the final game of the Johnny Hawk.
Yes, it was.
I saw a new team who I'm not sure we've seen – in a while, if ever. Mount Michael made a step down, defeated them 11-4. Braden Calvage was the winning pitcher. Trayton Newman was 3 for 4 with a triple and 4 RBIs. And McCray Heiser had another perfect day at the plate. He was 4 for 4 with 2 RBIs.
Yes. When Trayton Newman gets locked in and he plays, that kid is a very, very good baseball player. And he's a great kid. Braden Calvage pitching. They grew up playing ball together. Yep. And Elkhorn, the Mount Michael, they've also got, I think it's a cousin, of the Drew Christo. His name's Colin. They end up beating Kearney, who's the number 1 seed in our area, 10-4. And it was a close game for a little bit, and they ended up beating him. So, I mean, that team can play. Drew Christo just said that he's going to go to Nebraska. The Cornhuskers play baseball. He played at Elkhorn. Yep. And I believe that's his cousin. Is that right?
I'm pretty sure on that. I don't have that 100%, but I'm pretty sure that that's his cousin who played for Mount Michael. Yep.
Yeah, Colin. Yep. So very interesting. So that's a B program, but I'm telling you right now that they beat Kearney.
Yep.
So if you got that 1, 2, 3 pitchers type thing, I mean, they're going to be tough to beat.
Yep.
So I think the coach said they were around 27-13 when we were playing them.
Yep.
So they doubled their win column compared to losses.
Yep. And so that ends the regular season for 5 points. They ended the regular season 26-11.
That away, boys! Let's go!
It's a pretty good season. As we said, they have area tournament starting on Friday, and after we run through these other two teams, we'll talk a little bit more about that. We'll hit that here again.
Awesome.
Moving on to Johnson Imperial Homes, who also ended their regular season.
Great job, by the way, this year, Coach Mays, in the regular season.
Yep. Coach Story's group finished the regular season 31-6. I don't have that in front of me, but that's a very comparable record to some of the better Johnson Imperial home teams we've had over the years.
Great job. Awesome.
Yep.
Man, that makes it fun, exciting.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. Just shows, and we're going to even talk about this more, just shows the solid players we have top to bottom in our program, from our oldest kids to our youngest kids.
Very good players. Great
they
job.
They had a sort of a weird schedule this week. They traveled to Omaha South, Brown Park, I think it is. It's a beautiful park. You ever been to Omaha South before?
Yes. It's very cool. It's by the river, so there's a lot of trees, and it's turf.
Yep.
They've done very well right there. I believe Omaha South plays there.
Yep.
And Coach Marcourt and Coach Story, they're very good friends with the Omaha South head coach there.
Yep.
Brown.
Red Points Bank played maybe – I remember Russ Kindig was the 5 Points Bank coach, but they played a state tournament there. And I had never been there before, but it's just you're surrounded by trees. It's just beautiful. And they just put turf in, I think, last year maybe or the year before.
Yes.
They have a lot of history down there at South. John Stella was the long-time Omaha South coach and very noticeable guy. He actually came out and threw out a first pitch at the regional 2 years ago. Great guy, and he's still always around. But they went out there on a Wednesday night to play doubleheader. They played Omaha Central in the first game. Beat Omaha Central 4-3.
Close game.
Yep. I was just trying to look to see. It was that's what I thought. It went 8 innings. Hastings ended up winning in the bottom of the 8th. Hastings was the home team.
Wow, went the extras.
Yep. Caleb Sauer had a walk-off hit to win the game.
That boy, that baby.
Joe Peshek was the winning pitcher. Sauer had a double. Nick Conant was 2 for 4 with a triple and an RBI, and Xander Ermacher was 2 for 3. And then they come back and they have another 8-inning game against Omaha South.
The back-to-back.
Yep.
The pressure situations, man. Awesome sport.
Exactly. Johnson Imperial Homes wins the second game against Omaha South 5-4.
Very good.
Lucas Gabriel was the winning pitcher. And
Gabriel.
Yep. Gabriel's the winning pitcher. Cameron Brumbaugh, Nick Conant, and Xander Ermacher all had doubles. Sauer was 2 for 3. Joe Peshek was had 2 RBIs. I just wanted to look. Sorry.
Awesome. That's 2 Omaha Public School teams there. And, Omaha Central, I know really Omaha Central for more of basketball. Yeah. But I'm telling you right now, I remember playing, and Omaha Central can have some really good players. They got to compete right there. They're right there, Omaha area, and then Bellevue West. They're right there. Omaha South's right there by that school. So
they had a very Omaha Central and Omaha South both had very respectable records when I ended up looking them up. I don't have them in front of me, but that was 2 good wins.
Yes.
And then
absolutely.
They went to the 16-team Capital City Clash in Lincoln. One of the big tournaments. They ended up going
tournament
5-0 to win it.
Won that baby.
Yep. They started out on Friday.
Let's go.
Defeated Omaha Scott 8-0. Lucas Gabriel was the winning pitcher again. Pitched 6 innings.
Man, I keep hearing that kid's name now.
Yep.
And he's a great kid. He's playing, making plays now. Tough competition, making plays. And he's got an awesome smile. He's a great kid.
He's a great kid, and he's one of my favorites because he was a Charger back in the day for the midget football.
He was a Charger. That a boy.
He pitched 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs. Only had 1 strikeout and 2 walks. So, he's throwing a bunch of strikes, making people put the ball in play, and his defense behind him is coming through making the plays.
Perfect. Great job, guys.
Yep. Braden Rutt was 1 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. Evan Rust and Caleb Sauer also had doubles in that game.
Nice.
And then we came back on Saturday and played Gretna's number 2 juniors. Not the team they'd beaten earlier in the week for the Cornhusker League Championship. This was actually Gretna's number 2s.
Good.
JIH won the game 11-3. Dayton Espino was the winning pitcher.
Took care of business. Good.
Yep. Nick Conant was 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Braden Rutt was 2 for 3. Jaden Techmeyer and Caleb Sauer each had 2 RBIs. Right after that, they came back and they downed Lincoln North Star 9-2.
Nice.
Braden Rutt was the winning pitcher, and I have Joe Pescic as the save, but usually in a 9-2 game, you don't have a save. But I think Joe maybe pitched the final 3 innings, and it was sort of close when he came in.
So end up getting that rule in there, pitching the final 3, end up getting the SB save.
Yep.
Awesome. Pescic.
Nick Conant was 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and an RBI. Cameron Brumbaugh was 2 for 4 with a triple and 2 RBIs. Evan Rust was 2 for 4 with a double, and Dayton Spino was 2 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs.
Man, awesome! I mean, a lot of names repeated, and then it's same as the team because they're 31-6. They're playing together as a unit, and guys are making plays in tough situations. And that's just going to help them get better day by day. And that's awesome. That just throughout the podcast. Even though I'm not watching a lot of the games because I'm with 5 Points Bank, it's awesome to hear the results and the kids having fun and having success. So great job, players. Great job, coaches. Great job, parents.
And then on Sunday, this tournament actually had sort of at the end, had a bracket type thing. So they played in the semifinals on Sunday, and they downed, familiar foe, Grand Island 5 Points. Beat them 8-5. Hayden Demuth was a winning pitcher. Jaden Techmeyer was 1 for 2 with a double. Braden Rutt was 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. Oh, he actually had a triple. Don't want to shortchange Braden because, again,
Braden Rutt can smash the baseball hitting.
He can hit it. But 2 of these names, Braden Rutt, 1 for 2 with a triple and an RBI. Former Charger. Cameron Brumbaugh, 1 for 4 with 2 RBI. Former Charger. So we got to make sure we get them in there. With that win, they went on to face Sioux Falls East.
Nice.
In the championship game. And JIH, like they've been doing a lot this year, took care of business, won 5-1. Hayden Demuth, I'm pretty sure, came in relief of that first game and then started the second game.
Good.
And he picked up a win. So he picked up a win both those games.
That boy.
Nick Conant.
Boom.
Nick Conant picked up the save. He was 3 for 4 with a double and an RBI.
Conant.
Cameron Brumbaugh was 2 for 4. Dayton Espino was 2 for 3 with a double. Elijah Johnson was 1 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. And Demuth pitched 4 innings, gave up 2 hits and no runs for JIH to win that, that 16-team Capital City Classic.
That's a tough tournament.
Yep.
That is a tough tournament. I remember playing that last year.
Yep.
And that's good. And then you bring up Sioux Falls. I think you'd have to Google it. I think they have a Division II college there.
Yep. I don't want to say it, but I think maybe Augustana they have Sioux Falls. University of Sioux Falls is there. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, and then when you get that, just like, Hastings College, Carney, when they used to have baseball, when you have that, some of those guys say, hey, I'm just going to end up staying in town, get good coaching, and play college ball here in my hometown.
Yeah.
So Sioux Falls, when they come all the way to Lincoln from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, typically they're going to have some awesome play, and our kids were successful. Great job.
Yeah, that's a good win.
They
start their area tournament this week on Friday, like we set out in Scotts Bluff. They will take on Scotts Bluff, who's
Westco. They got the Westco out there on their home field.
Yep.
And that's always interesting to me now, Coach
Yep.
Mays. You know, when you go out there, we got turf here.
Yep.
When you go out less mountain time and it could be dry, it's grass out there, and not trying to undercut any field.
Yep.
But I mean, it's one of those things where if you go out there and you got a player that's played there for 2-3 years and a guy that hasn't,
Yep.
he's been playing on turf, there could be some hops in there that those guys know a little bit more about.
Yep. Yep.
So we got to bring it. We got to play well, and they can do that.
Yeah. Yep. They will play Scottsbluff at 8:30 our time, 7:30 Mountain Time out in Scottsbluff, but 8:30 back here in Hastings.
Nice.
And their tournament's only a 4-team tournament. So on the other side, in the first game will be North Platte and Kearney.
Perfect.
And we didn't talk about it when we were talking about 5 Points area, but we have mentioned it many times on the show. The top 2 teams, the area champion and area runner-up, will end up going to a state tournament out of 5 Points Bank senior area tournament. But out at Scottsbluff, only one team makes it. The champion makes it. So, JIH is going to have to go out there. Yep. JIH is going to have to go out there and take care of business. Kearney and North Platte, very proud programs, aren't going to back down on them. So it's going to take Coach Story's group to come out, play well like they've been doing all year.
Yes, exactly. Keep doing their thing. Keep working hard. Keep practicing hard. Prep, practice, and play.
Yep.
Every pitch, got to go get Westco.
Yep.
Got to go get Westco and go from there.
Yep. Now we're going to look at Runza. Runza finished their year
30-10.
30-10. And I put this together, and again, I don't have it in front of me.
Coaches.
But I think that's one of the top 6 or 7 total wins by a Runza team in program history.
Wow. So we have to check that out, maybe, Coach.
I'm going to have to look. And when I was looking at it, though, some of those teams back in the day, they used to play 50, 60 games,
Did they really?
Yeah, yep. So that makes that 30 wins even more impressive,
Yeah, because the less opportunity there.
Yep.
Awesome. Great job, Runza.
They started out on Wednesday, defeated Sutton 12-5, which was sort of a revenge game. Runza had lost to Sutton on a walk-off in Sutton earlier in the year, so it was nice to come back, pick up that win 12-5. Brady Hamburger was the winning pitcher. Caleb Clark was 3 for 3 with 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. DeAndre Shipman was 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Tate McIntyre was 2 for 3.
Good job, guys.
Brendan Brown was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and Braxton Wiles was 2 for 4 with an RBI.
Wiles, good.
Yep. And
I
so
want to know what kind of conditioner Mr. Hamburger uses with that long hair that he's got. Looking amazing, Hamburger, by the way.
It is flowing, and you know why he's one of my favorite Runza players?
I'm guessing he played on the Chargers.
He did.
Really? He's a great kid. I know his dad, Coach Hyde. Hamburger is awesome. Yeah. And the last name is just awesome.
Yep. They went out to Lincoln this weekend and played in the Lincoln Reserves tournament. So they were in Lincoln at the same time as JIH was. They started out and beat Omaha Central 10-9. Landon Heinrichs was the winning pitcher. Brendan Brown picked up the save. Caleb Clark was 2 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs. Brendan Brown was 3 for 4 with a double and a triple and an RBI. So I'm assuming he had a single with the other one. So he was probably a home run away from the cycle.
Nice.
Tate McIntyre was 2 for 3 with an RBI. Braxton Wiles was 4 for 4 with 4 RBIs.
Braxton Wiles on the scene, yes.
Yep. And Nolan Hyde was 2 for 5 with a double and an RBI. That was Friday afternoon, I believe. And then they came back and they fell to the Millard Sox. It was sort of a bummer. They fell 8-0. I forgot to write anything down about that. I think I was just trying to forget about that game, move on to the next one. They fell 8-0. Then they came back on Saturday and played Lincoln Pius. As I try to find it.
How was our response?
Yep. Our response was good.
Good.
It was good. I would like to tell you more about it. Oh, there we go. They won 12-4.
Great response.
Yep.
Great response. Building them up. Younger kids, building them up. Good.
Yep.
Good.
Nolan Hyde was the winning pitcher. Naz Robinson was 3 for 4 with a double and 2 RBIs. Caleb Clark had a triple, and Hyde had 2 RBIs.
Very good. Hyde pitching and hitting, had some help from the team.
Yep.
Very good response. Good. That's not easy when you get smashed on the scoreboard. There's a lot of things going on that I don't know, with the pitching and with the situation. There's a lot of that. Yep. So it's interesting to me in baseball because there's a lot of reps in baseball on a small amount of outcome, maybe 3 at-bats, but there's a lot of reps to get up to that to try to get better in those 3 at-bats, as you know, Coach. So it's nice to see if you get beat, what is the next game? Do you reset and do you learn from it and get better? And that's important for those kids to continue to grow for that growth. So great job, guys.
And I really ruined the anticlimactic of the tournament because I messed up. That Omaha Central game was their last game of the tournament. So the Omaha Central game, they won 10-9.
Close.
Was their final game.
Beat the OC.
Yep.
And
they had beaten Omaha Gross earlier in that first game on Friday. I had the Gross and Central games back switch. They beat Gross 10-3. Braxton Wiles was the winning pitcher, 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 7 Ks, no walks. Michael Mertens was 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Naz Robinson was 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. And Tate McIntyre was 2 for 3.
The Naz Robinson, the Robbie.
Yep.
Good Naz.
So Runza, under the leadership of Coach B.J. Pomeroy in his first year here, and
awesome job,
assistant Coach Tyler Brackenhoff, they finished 30-10.
Yeah.
They won the Millard tournament a couple weeks ago.
Yes. Coach Pomeroy and Coach Brackenhoff. Yes.
And in the Lincoln tournaments, they played in the Lincoln tournament earlier in the year. They went 4-1. And then in this Lincoln tournament, they went 3-1. They ended up winning 17 of their last 20 games.
Wow. Percentage on that, that's got to be right around, is that 87?
You're the PE teacher here. You got to have the answer.
I think that's around 87.50.
Yeah.
87.5 winning percentage. That's awesome, guys. 17 out of the last 20. And that's what you want to do. And that's really where we're at, with the Johnson Imperial Homes and the 5 Points Bank is you want to be playing your best ball at the end of the year. Yeah. It's just, you want that growth. You want to continue to get better and see the results. So 17 out of the last 20. Great job winning, guys. Great job with those kids.
Oh, man.
What happened?
I just messed up. We'll talk about it later.
You're doing good, man.
I wasn't paying attention to something we were going to try to do fun in the broadcast. And
that bat?
Yeah, and missed in the bat. We'll talk about that here in a second.
I was watching.
I know. Okay.
Yeah.
Here's the senior bracket.
Oh, nice.
In the background. Yep. As you can see, July 16th, which is Friday, Hastings will take on North Platte. Over in Kearney at Kearney Memorial Field, they're up there by the old high school. They play 7:30 against North Platte, and I mean, this is going to be a battle.
They're going to be a battle. It's going to be fun. It's going to get intense. Some of these dudes are done playing baseball after this. They've been playing against each other for around 8 years. Some of the guys are going on to play college ball, so it's going to be fun.
Yep. And just keep following along. We'll let you know of any radio opportunities or if there's even any streaming opportunities either at Duncan Field on Twitter or our Facebook page, Hastings Baseball on Facebook. We'll try to keep you updated on any of those things. But, it's just going to be a battle to see who first of all wins that area tournament and who picks up that second spot into the state tournament by finishing runner-up.
Yep. And we're going to win it, Coach. We're going to win it. We're going to try to bring it.
Yep. And then here is the junior tournament out in Scotts Bluff.
Nice.
Johnson Imperial Homes takes on the West Coast Express, which is Scotts Bluff. 7:30 Scotts Bluff time, 8:30 our time. And then Kearney and North Platte play in the other game beforehand. We'll try to keep updates on that. And just so people know, we'll probably keep more updates like inning by inning stuff on our Twitter account rather than Facebook. But we'll try to post the results for each of these games, these area tournament games on Facebook also. But Twitter at Duncan Field, if you can't follow the games on Game Changer, we'll try to give you some inning by inning or every couple innings updates on the game.
Awesome. And Coach, would you take, like, if some parents are out there Mountain Time, and if there's a highlight and they put it on their Facebook page or something like that, would you accept that?
I would. If anybody out there who knows my phone number or has me somewhere in the social media universe, send me some clips. I'd love that.
Those are awesome because then I get to see replays. Others get to see replays. That's awesome.
Yep.
So I remember it was Mrs. Musgrave who ended up getting that bunt one time.
Yep.
And I think we ended up getting a triple on that.
I think so.
Or three guys in?
Yeah, two guys. I think a guy from second ended up scoring two or something on that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So we got that going, and it should just be a fun tournament, you know. Like you said, you guys are going over there to win. Coach Story and his group are going over there to win.
Let's go win it.
Both have had great seasons, so it's just a nice, nice finish to the season here to see where we're at.
Exactly. It'll be fun.
Yep.
Little League tournament.
There you go. That's what I was trying to think with last name.
Oh, the LL coach.
Yeah. We Hastings baseball is a little different than most organizations in the state with baseball, where our Legion and our Little League are all under one umbrella. A lot of places, like in Kearney, they have a Legion committee and then they have a Little League committee, both great committees. In Grand Island the same way, and just everywhere else. But here in Hastings, our Little League and our Legion are all just one committee. So we will be sending a Little League All-Star team over to 11 and 12-year-olds over to Kearney to play in this Nebraska State Little League tournament. The winner of that moves on to Indianapolis for the regional. And then you never know. The winner of that moves on to the Little League World Series in Williamsport.
Man, that'd be fun. We're gonna have a good group from the little that I've watched them play ball. Yep. I think we're gonna have a good group. I know we are. Yep.
I think each year we send over a pretty solid team, and this year is no exception. I think we got a good group. Dustin Rader was selected as the head coach of that team. And I know he will do a really good job. We might even have a relative on the team, Coach Clancy.
Yes, sir. Jude Johnson got selected, and I just appreciate it. I know he's excited about it. He was nervous about it, I believe. He ended up getting the blue hat right here that I got from you as well, Coach.
Yep.
Got the baby blue. Yep. And he's put in a lot of work. But I also know there's a lot of other really good players on that, like the Nepal coach, the Radar, Raider. Did I say his name right?
Raider. Yep.
Raider. I mean, both those kids on the All-Star game. I've never seen them. The Owens kid, last name Owens.
We got Owen Brown and Owen Ablett. Two both.
Yes, Owen Brown.
Yeah,
I mean, that's just a few, and there's a lot more than that, guys. And I just think that's awesome because I remember growing up, it was around 7 to 10 years ago, Kearney actually made it to Williamsport, and it's cool because you'll watch it on ESPN. You'll watch this game on ESPN, and it will represent your state. Well, next thing you know, I see that there's NE represented on ESPN for a baseball team. I'm like, who's this team from Nebraska?
Yep.
So it is cool. And then it's in Kearney. So it is cool. And we've got a good team. We're going to compete. It'll be fun. Coach Rader, is there Coach Wibbles involved with that? Coach
Wibbles coached a major team for us this year. Coach McCoy and Coach Nepal, Coach Brown all the guys who coached, most of the guys who coached a Little League team are part of that. They all coached a regular City League team this year,
So they're putting in the time, getting to know the kids, and they know baseball.
Yep.
So that's awesome.
They're going to go over there. Kearney sort of dominated this Nebraska State Little League. There's been some teams from Omaha who have won here and there in the last couple of years, but it's really been Kearney's tournament. So, I think our group. Have you been over to Patriot Park yet?
I have. Very small, but very nice. And Coach, the game's at 3. Yes. On Friday. Yep. We got BP at 4:45. And we're live right now, but I'm going to try to go over there game time and leave around 3:30 and drive back for BP. I'm going to try to get it done now.
Okay. Or you could just trust that the Little League is going to take care. They play Gretna at 3:00, Gretna Little League. They take care of business, and then 5 Points Banks takes care of business on Friday night. Then that means your Saturday's free. And then you could come over Saturday and watch a full game at 2:00.
I'd love it. And I'd love to watch 2 games if I could.
Well, we just want you to be careful when you're driving on the interstate back and forth. All right.
Yes. I hit it around 80 in the Avalanche, Coach.
No. We're just joking, everyone. No.
What a game.
The one disappointing thing that, I was doing is right now, I'm going to bring it up on the screen.
Oh, yes.
Let's go. A little Northwoods action going. The Duluth Huskies there in the white.
Wow, look at the wall in the back there.
Yeah. We were going to try to sneak in an at-bat by former Hastings Legion player Mike Bovey, who plays for Duluth there, but I messed up on not following along, and I missed his at-bat. He last at-bat, he got a single.
Perfect.
Yep, he had a single. Mike's having a great season up there in Duluth in the Northwoods League. He's batting .331 right now. Clancy asked me this earlier, but if you go to northwoodsleague.com, all their games are streamed live, or streamed live and for free, so you can watch them anytime you like. I've just had a couple people ask me about that, so I thought I would throw that in here.
And Coach, would you say that website again real fast?
Northwoods League.
Perfect.
Northwood League. So the direction north, woods, like Brown Park has around there, a bunch of woods behind there, and then league. So if you just Google Northwoods League, you'll come up with it. And he's on the Duluth Huskies, so you can watch that. Don't forget about our Legion players playing for the Sodbusters too. Former ones, Cafferty, Holteen, Sean Schroeder. Check them out too.
Great job, guys.
But awesome. It's something fun. I've had some people ask me, so I thought I'd throw it in here on the show.
Yes, absolutely.
The Duluth Huskies are playing the I don't even know how to pronounce that. Eclair Express.
That's in Wisconsin, isn't it?
I think so.
Eau Claire.
Yep.
I think that's Wisconsin.
Yep. So they have a game now. It's in the 7th inning. Duluth's up 4-3. They have another game later on, a doubleheader tonight. So they have another game later on tonight if you want to check it out. Northwoodsleague.com.
And just kind of help on perspective, if because I just learned this within a week. Coach Bovey, saw him at the games. Appreciate it, Coach Bovey, coming out. Saw some of our last games. Saw the last game there versus Mount Michael. And I was talking to Coach Bovey, and he said that there's some guys, Mike, UNO, Maverick.
Yep.
And he said there's some guys. He brought up Ohio State, so Big Ten players, Ohio State, and then Baylor. Yeah. So Big 12. So it'd be fun, some fun ball there, guys.
Yeah, and just even when I was watching a little bit before the show started, there was a kid from Stanford playing who just played in the College World Series, and one of their ads mentioned, how many pro player or how many guys they get drafted each year, but also Max Scherzer, Pete Alonso just won the Home Run Derby, and I can't remember who the other one was just 3 of the bigger names that they just mentioned, have come out of playing in that league.
Yeah. And if you'd really get into it, it'd be interesting if you'd really get into it and watch that 2, 3, 4 years from now to see players that are in this league that are now in the majors.
Yeah.
Man, that would be fun to see how they're progressing. And of course, rooting for Bovey. rooting for him, wanting to do great. Awesome kid, awesome player, and it was awesome to watch him play baseball.
Yep, and he was selected. I'm not sure when it was, but he was actually selected to the All-Star game in the Northwest.
I heard that. So, yeah. I heard that, and then I heard he selected All-Star game, and then I heard something about a possible home run derby.
Oh, really?
All-Star game. So then I hear, and this just, I'm just here, I hear it for 15-second segment. Yeah. Next thing you know, Coach Bovey, a Hall of Fame from Hastings College, is like, well, I'd want to throw it to him. Well, Coach Marquardt would be like, he's like, well, I'd want to throw it to him. Coach Marquardt. You got the dad and the coach. Yeah. Hastings High coach and the dad, the Hastings College Hall of Famer. So it's fun. It'd be fun.
Just in the show here, just a reminder, Hastings American Legion and Duncan Field will be hosting that Mid-South Regional.
Yes, sir.
August 4th through the 8th. We just posted something on our Facebook page that we're looking for. We need a couple more host organizations to host some of these teams coming in. Just very quickly, that might just be meeting them when they come, answering any coaches' questions about, hey, where do I eat? Maybe helping washing some clothes. And just going to those games and cheering on those teams, since a lot of those teams, are coming from a good distance away, won't have a great crowd. It would be nice to have some local support there helping out those teams.
And that's kind of like the Sodbuster thing, right? Just helping kids out, kind of hosting. And, Coach, I got this from the website here, Hastings Baseball. Hastings 5 Points Bank. This would start August 4th. We would have, as of right now, the Missouri State Champion.
Yep.
And then on the above bracket, just to let people know, you got the Colorado State Champion. You got Dubuque County, Iowa. Yep. I believe you're talking about that, Coach. Yep. And then you got the Nebraska State Champion. I want that to be us. And then you got the Arkansas State Champion.
Yep.
And then you have the Missouri State runner-up.
Yep.
You got 2 teams from Missouri, 2 teams from Nebraska, and you got the Kansas State Champion. So you got 2 teams from Missouri, 2 teams from Nebraska, 1 team from Colorado, 1 team from Kansas, and 1 team from Arkansas and Iowa.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you might say, oh, the Missouri State runner-up, why are they coming? Well, last time it was held here in Hastings, Festus was the Missouri State runner-up, and they ended up winning the whole thing. So,
solid. Yeah. And then World Series.
Yep. Winner will move on to Shelby, North Carolina, to the American Legion World Series. And just a couple things about going back to the host thing. The good thing is we are putting up all the kids in the hotel. So, your hosting doesn't mean you're actually going to have any kids. You're just there to give them tips about Hastings, just help them out, whenever they can, get them maybe some food recommendations. Like I said, mainly just going out there and cheering for them so that they have somebody, some people in the crowd cheering for them and stuff like that. If any organizations are interested, we've had nonprofits, we've had just community organizations, we've had groups associated with schools. We've all even had a youth baseball team, sponsored team. So if you have a group of people that would like to do that, just contact us on our Facebook page, and we'll put you in touch with somebody who can give you a little bit more information.
And those guys, Coach, I remember my sister ended up hosting a Sodbuster, and he'd go out there and he'd play some ball with my nephews.
Yep.
So then I want to ask him questions. Hey, how are you holding that baseball when you're doing that type thing with the scene? So you start learning about the game of baseball as well.
Yep. Oh, it's a fun time, and it's just a great thing for the city of Hastings. Hastings, back in the day was really especially the American Legion capital of Nebraska. Hastings has hosted more national tournaments than for sure anybody in Nebraska, even Omaha, but would probably be top 5, if not higher, in the nation of the number of national tournaments Hastings has hosted. And we're just glad to be doing it one more time this year, and hopefully the next couple of years also. Just a nice little thing for our players, to compete in that environment. I think if you talk to any of the kids from the team 2 years ago, it was just a blast, great crowd. The whole city came out, it was just a great experience for those kids, and we're hoping it'll be the same thing this year.
Fun times.
Yep.
Fun times.
And again, a lot of information will be on our Facebook page, Hastings Baseball, on our Twitter at Duncan Field. And a lot of people don't realize this, but hastingsbaseball.org, that's our American Legion website. We try to keep that updated with information and stuff. There's a cool video about the regional up there now. Go look at that. But just watch that, and if you ever have any questions, just send us a message along one of those social medias, and we'll get you in touch with the right people. We're still looking for volunteers to help concessions. I know the Chamber of Commerce is working really hard on trying to get the gate people taken care of. So if you're interested in any of that, a good place to start is the Chamber of Commerce. Commerce.
Perfect.
I don't know how to talk.
Yes,
I think
sir.
if you ask for Mickey or Nicole there, they can help you out and put you in the thing. If you know Russ Kindig, get a hold of Russ. Russ is sort of our chairman for the regional. He's the main man. Yep, he's the main man doing that. And, of course, Coach Jones, Gail Jones, who is our chairman of our whole committee. Get a hold of him, too, if you have any questions also. It's just going to take a lot of community help to pull that tournament off and make it special for these kids.
Absolutely.
All right, you got any last great words of wisdom, Coach?
If you guys got two, I'd want to know who's going to be the next AD at the University of Nebraska. Is it going to be Trev Alberts?
You haven't been watching the news today, have you? You haven't been watching the news today, have you?
Does he already got it?
He already got it.
Oh man. I'm going to have to go check this out after this now.
Yep.
Trev Alberts was a dude at Nebraska.
Yep.
Absolutely hilarious when he'd get into it with Mark May on ESPN. Mark May and him.
Yep.
Both defensive guys. Mark May was a Pittsburgh guy, Pittsburgh Panther. And then, second thing, NIL, name, image, likeness. How is Trev Alberts going to deal with this?
Yeah.
In Lincoln.
Well, I was just thinking maybe me and you should put together a couple dollars, like $5-10, and we can give it to somebody like Mike Bovey. And
who's going to manage this?
He can sponsor our show. He can tweet out about our show. We can pay him a little bit, and we could, throw it out there. Exactly. So
let's go.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you, Coach Mays.
Yep. Thank you, Coach Clancy. And again, be following our social medias as area tournament starts this weekend. Friday night in Kearney, 7:30, Hastings 5 Points Bank, the number 2 seed versus North Platte, First Nationals, the number 3 seed. And then out west in Scottsbluff at 8:30 p.m. So you got an hour, an hour delay, before them. So the 5 Points game, hopefully we're already up 5-6-0.
Let's go.
You can start following that JIH game at 8:30 our time, 7:30 Mountain Time as they take on Scottsbluff. All right, take us home, Coach Clancy.
Let's go, boy. Thanks, guys.